welcome to your yoga practice. I'm Phoenix Wilson. Today's class is being brought to you by the Baker Hunt Art and Cultural Center with support from the Charles H. Dater Foundation. Alright, so in today's practice I want to share with you several poses you can do to help relieve tightness and tension that sometimes builds in the hips when we're sitting for long periods of time. And actually this practice could be a really nice follow-up or continuation to last week's practice, where we focused a little bit on creating length in the hamstrings and stretching and creating openness in our lower back. As you know, I like to say, remember, your body is really a great teacher and guide. So if you're feeling pain or discomfort anywhere, particularly if you notice it in a joint, such as the hip, the knee, etc., that's a good indication to ease off. We don't have to do every single yoga pose that I present here, and we can always just make a little modification as we go along. All right, so with all that being said, let's roll out our mat, beach towel, whatever we have in our home, and we're actually going to start our practice just resting onto our back comfortably. We'll start by bringing the knees into the chest and just kind of begin to hug the knees in as it's comfortable, letting the hands or elbows lace around the knees or shins. And then letting the eyes perhaps close for a moment. Simply taking this time to connect to your breathing. And feel the whole weight or ease of the back of the body relaxing comfortably and heavy to the floor. From here, just begin to give a little rock on your back, side to side. And we'll actually begin to circle the knees a few times clockwise and counterclockwise. If you wanted to, you could even still hold the legs or the knees or just relax the hands. From this place, go ahead, bring one hand to each knee, circle the knees away from one another and in together. Beginning just to warm up a little bit into the hips, even into the sacrum or the lower back. Good. Draw the knees in, nice squeeze in towards the chest. Let the legs fold to the left, fold to the right. And then coming back to center. We're going to take our left ankle to the right thigh, sometimes called figure four. So it's almost like the shape of a four of the legs. Take the hands, lace them either to your hamstring of your right leg or possibly your shin bone. Let's press through the feet and just draw the legs a little deeper in towards your chest. Find the ease of your breath. You can stay static here, just resting, pausing here, or as it's comfortable, begin to give a little rock left and right on your back. If we start to roll further, a little touch towards the right side, we'll begin to notice this deepening stretch in the outer edge of our left thigh. So let's pause here and breathe just a nice long breath. Easy breath out and come back. And we're going to reverse the ankle to the thigh, give a gentle rock side to side. And again, if we wanted to, we could simply stay static here. Have the hand to the shin bone or possibly to the hamstring if that's more comfortable. We're going to press through the feet, more actively engage through the legs. Let's take a breath in, and as you're ready, give a little roll to your left side if you're holding your left leg. And in doing so, once again, you'll likely feel that greater stretch or sensation extending to the outer edge of your right thigh. So of course, you're welcome to stay in any of these poses longer than I mentioned. I kind of am trying to keep this to 15 minutes. So I move sometimes a little more quickly than I might do if I was just doing the practice with more time. We're going to release, come back to center, draw the knees into the chest, stretch the legs up to the sky, circle your wrists and ankles. to shake out the hands, feet, bring the knees in, and let's roll through to either side. We're just going to press right up and through and come in to table pose. Let's take a pause here in table, just for a moment, that cat-cow movement, a little movement into the back, into the spine. Good. We're going to start here leading with our right leg and taking our right leg up, and I'm bringing it to the outer edge of the mat. My knee is resting, actually my foot is resting under the knee. If my back knee was tender, I'd add like a little pillow or a blanket under the knee. So our goal here is to begin to let this right inner thigh press away from our torso. Both hands are resting to the inside edge of the leg. And we're just going to pause here for a moment. If you felt like you wanted to deepen this stretch in the inner leg here into this hip, you could also come in with the elbows to the floor. So that's another possibility. From here, let's create length through this leg. Roll back through the hip. We're going to keep both hands to the inside edge of our leg. And if you just nudge the tiptoes towards the kneecap, you'll feel that active extension or stretch into the calf, extending into the hamstring. Bend the knee again. And one more time. Let's roll back through the hip. Nice inhale, exhale. Let's just go ahead, take a little lift, a twist up. So right arm, if our right leg's forward, rises to the sky. Back in, bend the knee, and let's stretch this leg all the way back behind us. So draw the tailbone and heel towards the floor. Feel that length through the calf and reverse. So now I'm going to take my left leg up to the outer edge of the mat, hands resting under the shoulder, and emphasize pressing now the left hip or thigh away from your chest. Let's breathe in for 3, 2, 1, and roll back through this hip. Tiptoes towards the knee, long stretch into the hamstring. And we're just going to bend the knee again, kind of warming up a little bit at a time into the hip. And one more time, let's roll back through this hip, long length through our hamstring. Once again, let's take a nice breath in, lift through our whole left side, just this little gaze up to the hand, fold back in, bend the knee. Good. And we're going to take our leg, stretch it back, press our heel straight back behind us, so we have that length through the back of the leg, and come right back. Good. All right, so from here, let's curl the toes in and find our way up or through to downward facing dog. You can just kind of walk out the legs a little bit, bending one knee, the other heel nudging to the floor. We'll take a breath here, long length of our spine. And then take, say, this right leg up to the sky, opening the hip, hugging the heel towards the hip, and we're going to roll the knee into the chest, thread the leg all the way forward to Pigeon Pose. So if you've been in a yoga class before, you've most likely come to Pigeon Pose. We're going to start to walk the left leg a little further back, and that helps fold us deeper into our right hip. So for right now, I know we're still kind of warming up in our practice, and usually we like to do Pigeon Pose when we've had a bit of time to get a little warmed up in our practice. So again, could be a really good kind of follow-up to last week where we worked with the lower back. We could then follow up with this practice. We can stay on the elbows, or if we felt like we were comfortable, folding more fully to the floor into this hip. a few pointers. This forward hip, the hip isn't collapsed to the floor. So we can imagine as though we had something resting on our sacrum and it's not going to tip left or right. Let's take another breath in. We're going to press to the hands, give a little shift through the hip side to side, curl the back toes in, and we're going to rise through back to downward dog, lifting through that hip to the sky. Walk back onto the mat. Take now your other leg up to the sky and bring your leg forward. Knee rolling up, so left knee is rolling up towards your left side of the mat or your left wrist. Nice. Walk your right leg back and then just find your way gradually to the mat. Now if you're watching this and you're saying, no way, pigeon pose is happening for me today, that's perfectly fine. A very nice alternative that we could do would be a butterfly pose, where we're simply seated to the floor upright, bringing the soles of the feet together, and the knees extend open to the side. And then we can fold forward from there. I'll show you that pose in just a moment. Stay here, whether to the floor with the head melting in, or just stay up on the elbows. And gently again come all the way up onto the hands. We're just going to give a little rock side to side. Maybe going all the way back up to downward dog doesn't feel very comfortable at the moment, so we could always come to table pose and then find our way to downward dog. Taking that left leg for a moment up to the sky, hugging the heel of the hip and back. Let's walk out the legs just a little bit, pressing the hips back. Deep breath in and exhale, knees to the floor. A very brief pause into child's pose. Head either to the mat or to the back of the hands. We'll take one more breath here. Find our way back up to table. And let's just come through, transition back up to an upright seat. From here, let's go into butterfly pose. So again, this is a nice alternative to pigeon pose. The soles of our feet touch. Let's hold to the shins or ankles. Take a nice deep breath in and lift through the chest. An easy exhale. Start to fold forward into the hip. We can stretch forward with the arms. Take a breath here. If it feels too intense of a stretch in the inner leg and hip, nudge the feet more forward and create a little more space. Good, we'll come right up. Just for a moment, take the feet out to the side. Exhale, fold forward. Breathing in, extending up. Press through the feet. Exhale, folding in. One more time, a breath in. Exhale, come through. Good. We're going to come down onto our back briefly for one last pose. So you're familiar with tree pose. Think of tree pose reclined on your back. So we just rest, whole body comfortable to the floor. And then let's take, say, the left knee into the chest and bring the sole of the left foot to rest to the inside edge of your right leg. So you'll feel this long extension or stretch in the top of that left inner leg and hip. If it feels too much of a stretch, prop with a block or a pillow under this leg so the leg isn't having to work so hard in this stretch. As it's comfortable, take the arms alongside the ears and create length through the sides of your body. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Deep inhale, and really long, easy exhale. Draw the knee into the chest, Stretch the leg to the sky, and we'll just lower the leg slow and easy to the floor. Good. Bring your other knee into your chest. You can give a little rock if you want, or circle through the hip. Or just again, taking the foot to rest the inside edge of the leg. Reaching backward through the arms. Relax the eyelids, jaw, and forehead. Exhale, bring the knee again into the chest. Stretch the leg to the sky and lower the leg full to the floor. Reach through both fingers and tiptoes. Exhale, let go. Reach long. Exhale, relax. Pause here just for a breath. And final relaxation, the whole weight of the body resting easy and heavy to the floor. Take one more full breath in. Take a little movement again through the body, left and right, as you roll your knees to your chest, hugging in. And let's roll all the way through to our side, using our hands and arms to press us right back through to an upright seat. Good. So I hope that you have found this brief little practice helpful to relieve a little tightness in the hips. Please look at the week prior and use that as sort of the beginning part of your practice and this to follow up. And please know that you can follow any videos of these yoga practices that I'm producing with Baker Hunt at the Baker Hunt website. Look under the link where it says stay active, stay healthy, or stay creative, stay healthy, something like that. And you can find the videos I have there, and also there are many other great classes. So there's art classes, art projects and classes for youth, Kundalini yoga, story time, and many more. So share this with your friends and family. If you find any of these videos that Baker Hunt's offering, we really appreciate it. And of course, if there's anything you would specifically like me to focus on in the coming weeks, feel free to share that in the comments, and I will do my best to do so next week. So to good health and well-being, let's stay connected to our practice, and I'll look forward to being again back with you on our mats next week. Thank you.